Today we're going to be taking a look at the best anti-sway bars for our 2008 Ford van. One of the biggest challenges driving your RV is maintaining a straight path and getting to your destination safely. There are many suspension options out there that can help improve your ride quality and safely get to your destination as easily as possible. Some of these options include sway bars, steering stabilizers, and spring helpers. We're going to take a look at some of these options in further detail so you can make the best decision on how to improve your ride and get to where you want to go safely and with the least amount of driver fatigue. First, we're going to take a look at your front sway bar. Now, while all vehicles will have these, they're typically not up to the task because they're installed prior to all the accessories and equipment put onto your RV. These more robust sway bars are going to help prevent that body roll. They're going to work with your vehicle's current suspension and frame to lock it down and prevent that sway from side to side. This is going to make it easier to maintain a straight path, and it'll help reduce driver fatigue because you won't be fighting the potholes and other hard surfaces in the road that are throwing it off track and making the weight slide from side to side. Next, we're going to take a look at our steering stabilizer. While this is an optional equipment on most factory vehicles, the one we've got here from Roadmaster is going to be way more robust. It's got a coil spring in addition to the normal stabilizer shock, which is going to provide more dampening force, making it easier on you. So when you're driving down the road and you get those winds or slight uneven surfaces, it's going to go back and forth. This is going to help minimize that and maintain a straight wheel, reducing that driver fatigue. Also, if you have any evasive maneuver, hit a large pothole, or even have a blowout, and it jerks the wheel left or right, the spring's going to stretch or compress, and then it's going to want to go back to center, helping you draw it back in and maintaining a safe distance of travel. We're now back at our rear axle, taking a look at the rear sway bar. While this is an option on most factory vehicles, it's not going to be as robust like the one we got here from Roadmaster. Typically when your vehicle is built, it doesn't have all the RV equipment that's on it from the factory. So that sway bar is not up to the task once they add in all those luxuries. The one we've got here is considerably thicker and able to handle that task. Adding extra support in the rear will help that sway in the back from transferring to the front, causing more issues with steering, stability, and driver fatigue. It works similar as your front sway bar to help prevent sway by connecting to your rear axle and to your frame, locking those components together. So when you're driving over uneven road surfaces, hitting potholes, or a large semi drives by at high speeds, you won't feel it nearly as much. An additional component to help out your suspension and steering is a track bar. Now, we don't have that installed, but it will connect between your differential and your frame. And while your sway bar helps to prevent body roll, the track bar helps prevent that tail wag. And the tail wag can be a big factor that causes body roll. So having both will help reduce it drastically. Another thing is when you have that tail wag in the back, you're in the front having to compensate for that in your steering. So preventing that tail wag is going to drastically reduce driver fatigue. So you won't have to steer left and right so much and just maintain a nice steady straight path. So in summary, to prevent wandering, which is a drift to the left or right when hitting potholes or uneven surfaces, you'll want to use your steering stabilizer. This will help maintain the straightest path with the least amount of effort. If you need additional assistance preventing wandering, install a front and rear sway bar. When it comes to sway, the biggest factors that will help prevent those sways is your anti-sway bars. The larger robust bars are going to be better than your factory originals. If you're looking to help reduce driver fatigue, you'll want to use your steering stabilizer and your track bar. That's going to help reduce that tail wag, which travels to the front, causing you to have to correct it. And the steering stabilizer is going to help auto-correct for you, pulling it back to center. And that completes our look at the best sway bar options for your Ford van.